We are gonna start down on the floor with those knuckles, getting into that diaphragmatic breath. So find those bottom two ribs, and I want you to just tap along the front, the sides, the back of the rib cage. And we're starting to visualize that diaphragm. Your diaphragm, just a reminder, is a muscle that's kind of in the shape of a hat. And as we take an inhale, that muscle contracts and it moves down into your abdominal cavity. So you see that little bit of rise as it kind of pushes everything out of the way. And then as you exhale, that muscle contraction turns off and it returns back into that dome nestled underneath your rib cage. And this starts to massage those internal organs. It starts to bring your pelvic floor into a balance. Really important for that full core integration. Now use that diaphragm to take that ribs and belly breath. Inhale, fill. Exhale, just let go. Start to think about your pelvic floor. We are gonna exhale and stop the flow of urine as well as stopping ourselves from passing gas. So think of those circular muscles, front to back. We're gonna close and then lift or draw them up to the center of your body. As you inhale, you put them down, you release, feel them lengthen. Exhale, close and lift. Inhale, release and lengthen. That inhale is your ribs and belly breath with the diaphragm. Exhale, close and lift. Inhale, let go. Bring your hands to your lower abdominals. As you breathe out and activate your pelvic floor, close and lift. Can you feel a little bit of tension right here from hip bone to hip bone? And you can even take those hands and kind of weave them together at the front of the body. I want you to feel like you're corseting that belly or hugging those muscles back towards you as you breathe out. Inhale, fill your ribs and belly. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor and corset up the front of the body. Take one more of those. Inhale, fill. Exhale, close and lift, corset. Great. Bring yourself on all fours. From here, you're just gonna take that press up and down with the scapula. Start to tune into those shoulder blades. As we get up and moving a little faster, we wanna make sure that we have that scapular adduction where they're drawing together, traveling down our back. Same thing with the pelvis. When we get up and moving, we wanna make sure we can maintain our neutral position. So take a tuck and a tilt, trying to isolate in the pelvis, go around in a circle a few times. Change, go the other way. And then come into neutral and take a belly pump. Inhale, fill. Exhale, close and lift. We're gonna lower ourselves down onto that forearm. Bring that elbow right underneath your shoulder. Hand can either be in front, on your hip, or rise it up above. Take that shoulder blade down your back. Inhale, release, exhale, close and lift, zip up. You're welcome to take these up and down. This is your breath in, this is your breath out. Or take these up, hold them here as you go into that belly pump. Inhale, exhale, close and lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, corset, inhale, release. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, hug the belly. One more time. Exhale. We're gonna bring those hips down. Same arm that was on the ground, take it up overhead, big stretch, breathe into the sides of those ribs, and use your breath to transition onto the other side. Bring yourself down, find that position, elbow right underneath your shoulder blade engaged down your back. Inhale, fill, exhale, close and lift, wrap or corset the belly, either up and down, this is your inhale, this is your exhale, close and lift, or inhale, exhale, hold here, take an inhale, tiny release, exhale, zip it up the front, inhale, exhale, two more, inhale, take a break if you need it. If you start to feel any strain in that shoulder girdle, you're gonna come down, get back into it when you're ready. Last one, bring those hips down, sit into it, take that arm overhead, nice big stretch here. Breathe into the sides of those ribs. Good. We are gonna come into a kneeling position underneath us. I'm gonna tuck my toes. If that's not comfortable, just sit all the way back down. From here, we're gonna exhale, pelvic floor, corset to rise and sit. Exhale. Not a hard movement here. This is more about that coordination of getting that core to fire just a second before you come into a different position, before you change directions or levels. One more. And this sets us up for that perfect position to take those baby get-ups or those up and downs. Find that glute, 90 degrees in both legs. I'm gonna tuck those back toes. I'm gonna inhale here, relax my pelvic floor. Exhale, close and lift, corset those belly muscles to stand. Same thing to get back down. We're gonna take 3 more on this leg. Finding that front glute. Inhale, fill, exhale. Exhale. Last one. And bring it down. Feeling that fire right away, beginning of this workout. Tuck those back toes, switch over to the other side. Shift your weight, find it down into that heel. Fire that front glute. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, find the glute to lower yourself back down. 3 more here. All the way up. Exhale. Last 2. Last one. Shift, find the glute, drive down into that, lift, and we're in the center. Good. Now that we're at the top, just take a few shoulder rolls in each direction. Take a nice big inhale, scoop those arms up and drop them down. Inhale up again and exhale. Good. We're gonna come down into a squat, all the way up, all the way down. Just finding those glutes here. Start of the workout. I guess we're like 6 minutes in now. Not that much of a start. We've got 8. Starting to feel a little warm. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to reach, pull, reach, pull, reach. Find that rotation. Try to keep your shoulder blades on your back versus pulling them up and out. Find that engagement as you cross the body. Reach, pull. We're gonna pick this up, side to side. Just shifting my weight from right to left. I've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna grab my weights and we are gonna come into a front lunge. If you have any knee pain, you're not sure if you're finding your glutes, and a front lunge does not feel good, you're actually gonna take a back lunge instead. I'll show both versions. So you're gonna set yourself up, find that upper body postural engagement. We're gonna exhale, come forward with a bicep curl. So we're alternating right to left, and I want you to note that this front lunge should still be felt in your glute. A lot of people will feel this in your knees or your quads. If that's the case, tilt your body, slow this down, find that core, press into that glute to come back up. Not working for you, you're gonna take it back instead. And then you're gonna play with your weight in that upper body to make sure that you feel that front glute. So you're working with what works for you. Driving in and out of that front heel. Either if you're stepping front or you're stepping back. We're gonna take 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take this into a deadlift. So about hip width apart. The important thing here is to shift those weights behind you. Keep the chest open, find those shoulder blades. Reach down. We're gonna take an upward row here. Reach it down, pull it up. Now the difference between your deadlifts and your squats is, 1, the position of your legs underneath you. Squats are gonna be a little wider, maybe turned out. And you're gonna shift back, you're gonna sit nice and low. Feel those glutes. Here, it's gonna be more of a straight hinge from your back. You're really gonna feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Also getting into the glutes. That's where we wanna feel it. We're just feeling it in a different way. Find your breath. We're gonna take 4, 3, keep those shoulders out of your ears. Again, 2, just reminding you. And last one. Good, okay. We're gonna take a lateral lunge out to the side here. And I want you to just find that glute, hug those lower abdominals in, and we're gonna row those arms. 8, 7, 6, 5. Find that spot between your shoulder blades. 3, 2, and other side. Find that opposite glute. Coordinate with your breath. 4 more here. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2. Remember this move and this positioning because we're gonna come back to it when we do our cardio intervals. We're trying to keep this out of the lower back by engaging those core muscles up the front, finding those shoulder blades together behind us. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Hip hinge, butt is back, chest is forward. Hug those elbows in nice and tight. Take them behind you. We're gonna bend just to the glutes and press, and in, and press. Slower is harder on this one. Drive into those feet. Make sure that you feel your butt, your glute muscles holding up your lower body, not your lower back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those arms here. We're gonna rotate those palms so they're up towards the ceiling. Woo. Keep bringing those shoulder blades together. 7, 6, 5. Feel that core hold up the front for 2 and 1. And then you're gonna clap those hands together behind you. Still keeping them nice and lifted. Shoulder blades coming together. We've got 8 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Come up, give yourself a little shake. All right, come up into a balance. If you don't feel good on one foot, keep this on 2. Testing your balance here. It's gonna turn on your core a little more, even out those pelvis, or the pelvis pose. So hip bones are both driving towards me. And we're gonna get into those chest muscles. Still working those arms, trying to get into that chest. The important thing here is to bring your ribs on top of your hips and find that activation between your shoulder blades. As you reach your arms out here, make sure we're not rounding forward. Give me 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna shift over to the other side. It's gonna be a bigger movement. Even out that pelvis. Find your alignment, find your belly pump. Draw it up and lower. Still looking for that activation in the chest, between the shoulders. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, and then I'm gonna give you a little warning here. 3 more, and then we're gonna head into our first set of cardio intervals. Last one. Good. I'm gonna bring the weights down for this. I'm also gonna grab myself a quick sip of water. We're gonna go back into the squats. So here's version 1, straight up and down. Find your breath. Coordinate your movement with your inhale, exhale. Option 2 is to give yourself that rotation at the top and the bottom of that squat. So you can take this with your weights if you want, and you're welcome to take this at the speed that works for you. I'm gonna kick it up a notch. So I really feel that cardio element. Put a little punch in those fists if you're not holding those weights. Find your scapula on your back. So as you extend that arm, don't let it pull out. Find that engagement down, up and down. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just a little bit for endurance here. I'm gonna bring those arms out. I'm gonna come up into one leg to balance. You're welcome to stay on 2. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switching legs, go the opposite direction. Find that belly pump. 8 more counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. First recovery. I'm gonna go hand on the heart, hand on the belly. And I'm just gonna release my pelvic floor here. And I want you to feel really grounded. We wanna teach our bodies to go into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and regrow mode whenever we take a break. Cardio puts us up here in fight or flight, which is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing when we stay up here. So this is your moment to bring everything back down. Center yourself with your breath. Relax those pelvic floor muscles. Take 1 or 2 more deep breaths. We're gonna go back into those side lunges with the weights, just like I promised. You've got that lateral lunge. So find your glute. Take your hips back, nice deep hinge, drop those arms. This is option 1. You're just gonna roll those arms in and out. If you feel this in your back, come a little more upright. You do wanna feel your glutes. If you're still feeling it in your back, maybe drop the weights, just hold your hands here. You can take a tiny little pulse instead. And breathe. Now this glute on this side over here is already starting to have some fatigue. And I'm gonna breathe through that discomfort. 8 more counts to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is our transition. We're just gonna pull, release, pull, release. Little dance it out here, side to side. Shift, shift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here it comes, opposite side. Find that position either here or here, or start to pull those arms in and out. I'm thinking hard about that glute right now. I want it to do the work. I don't want my lower back to do this work. If it is starting to get into it, I'm gonna come up, take a quick moment to breathe and get myself back into it. Trying to work that diaphragm, that diaphragmatic breath. Pelvic floor closing, lifting, zipping up the front of the body, going into that deep core hold. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's that transition side to side again. This should feel good going hip to hip. Just gonna dance it out here a little bit. Switch. 4 counts, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna put these weights down. This is your second recovery. You can come down to hands on knees, butt is back. Try to keep your shoulders out of your ears. And if you'd like, you can also come down to elbows on knees. And what you're gonna do here is just work through that tailbone. So you're gonna take some gentle shifts right to left. If this feels like too much head rushing or blood rushing to your head, come up a little bit. You can take some circles. You can take some cat-cow movements. You're training your body to go into that recovery again in any position. When you're a little more horizontal, that diaphragm tends to want to kick in a little sooner. Get you out of that upper chest breath. One more breath in. One more breath out. We are going to head into those stars or those jacks. So you have a few options. Actually, this would be option 1. If you have anything that you're working on through your pelvic floor, as soon as that feels okay, you're gonna head up into these stars. And if you are back to jumping, you're you're gonna go into those full jumping jacks. Find your breath. I'm gonna go in and out of those two versions to stick with you. Keep breathing. Can you stay in that diaphragm? Chances are no, but I want you to keep thinking about it. We've got about 30 more seconds here. 30. I always tell you, you can do anything for 30 seconds or insert any amount of time. You can do anything for 5 minutes. We're down to about 15. Keep up that energy. Pay attention to your pelvic floor. Put a lot of energy into those arms and legs. Counting you down from 8. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last recovery. Come all the way down. All fours this time. Same thing. Get into that tailbone. Trying to isolate the pelvis. Loosen up the lower back. Ribs and belly on that breath. Draw those shoulders down away from your ears. And you can tell yourself this is your last recovery, which means we're gonna head into our last interval. And we're gonna make this one a fun one. All right, sit back. Use that glute activation that we used earlier. Get yourself up. Use that deadlift that we went through earlier to get your weights up. Coming back to center. Press, press. We've also done these arm extensions, so keep that scapula attached to your back instead of letting it go forward. And find your breath. Now you can keep these low. You can also add a little up and down to make that movement a little more dynamic. This is the last interval. We've only got about 30 seconds left, and I want you to give it your all. So if you've been conserving any energy up to this point, here's where I want you to let it rip. If you need to drop those weights, drop those weights. Just keep your body moving. Breathe through that discomfort. Breathe through that place in your brain that wants you to stop. You are feeling like you need to stop. Make sure that it's your body telling you, not your brain. Body saying stop is a sign to stop. Brain saying stop is a place to breathe through it. Last one. And great job. Whew. We're gonna put these weights down. Grab yourself a sip of water. Whew. And we're gonna come down into a stretch. So first thing we're gonna do is come down into breath up, coming down through the center. Bring those elbows back to the knees again. Take those shifts right to left, get into that shoulder, dip it down. As we shift side to side. I'm gonna drop one hand down. I'm gonna find that core breathing belly pump. So I'm gonna lift my pelvic floor, wrap my core, extend that arm up overhead. Inhale through the center. Take a big breath in here to recover. Exhale, zip it up, go up to the other side. Coming down, I'm gonna drop one knee down. Set up those 90-degree angles. Come into a hip flexor stretch. So tuck your butt underneath and feel that scoop up the front of the body. I'm gonna untuck, flex those front toes, hips go back, chest comes forward. Trying to keep your hips even so this one isn't opening. If you need some blocks, pillows, props here to get into that position, have those close by. And then what I'm gonna do here is rotate, and I'm just gonna take those toes facing forward, tuck my back toes, and just sit into this to feel that stretch down the inner thigh. Trying to keep my back lifted, getting into diaphragmatic breath. Easing out of that, I'm gonna drop this knee down. I'm gonna rotate myself open, 90 degrees, tucking the pelvis, finding that scoop up the front of the body. Ooh. that hip flexor. And then straighten out, put the pelvis back in neutral, flex the foot, butt goes back, chest comes forward. Again, props here and here are nice if you need them. Try to even out the pelvis. Breathe into that muscle down the back of the leg. And we're gonna rotate out of that. Bring those toes down to the floor. I'm gonna tuck those toes on the other side and just sit back and feel that inner thigh stretch. You might feel this on one side and not the other. That just gives you some feedback about which side of your body is a little tighter. And then coming out of that, bring the soles of the feet together. Another one for those inner thighs and pelvic floor. Lift up to bring yourself forward. I'm gonna come out of that, cross those legs in front. Take ear to shoulder. Do a little deeper here. You can extend the opposite arm. You can rotate down to look down towards your armpit. Get more into this back side part of your neck. And then other side. Lift up. Full breath. Change the gaze. Good. And then reach those arms behind you. And I want you to just lift your chest up, take your eyeballs to the ceiling. Don't crunch the back of your neck. So just your eyes go up. Then tuck your chin to your chest. Lift those arms up away from you. And then come back to a comfortable seat. I want you to reach those arms up over your head. Pull your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, draw them down. So keep them down your back as you float your arms back down to your sides. Inhale one more time. Lift those up. Gather that energy into your palms, into your forehead, into your heart. Take one last breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. Let go. Great job today.